Hello and welcome to highlights of the 6th edition of Liège-Bastogne-Liège. Round 10 of the Women's World Tour for 2022, 142.1 kilometres awaited the riders today, starting in Bastogne and taking in 7 climbs. The first, the Côte de Mont-le-Soir, followed by the Côte de Won, the Côte de Haute-Levée, the Col de Rossier, the Côte de Desnier, then onto the Côte de la Redoute, always a pivotal part of the race. The final climb, the Côte de la Roche-au-Faucon, and then into Liège for the finish. In 2021, it was Demi Vollering that had run out the winner. A breakaway group, though, managed to get clear, containing some real big names. Marlene Reusser of SD Works, Sarah Martin of Movistar, Soraya Paladin of Canyon SRAM, Leah Thomas of Trek Segafredo, Avita Music of FDJ, Amanda Spratt of Bike Exchange, Leah Kirschman of DSM, and Clara Honsinger of EF Education, Tivco Silicon Valley Bank. On to the Côte de la Redoute, and Annemiek van Vleuten was really shredding the peloton behind. Marlene Reusser, though, the only member of the breakaway group able to stay with the rampaging Van Vleuten over the top of the Côte de la Redoute. Van Vleuten not a winner of one of the big classics this season, Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. Back at the end of February, her last victory this season over the summit. Reusser was with her. The chasing group behind contained the likes of Juliette Labousse, Liana Lippert, Grace Brown, Marta Cavalli, and it was Leah Thomas on the front for Trek Segafredo. She had her teammate Elisa Longa-Borghini in the group a year ago. She was doing the work for her then teammate Annemiek van Vleuten. The group at the head of the race would come back together, with SD Works deciding to not let Marlene Reusser work with Van Vleuten. As the groups came back, it was Paulina Royackers that launched a move for Canyon SRAM. This would be short-lived, and it would be Grace Brown of FDJ Nouvelle Aquitaine Futuroscope, second in 2020 behind Lizzie Deignan. This was a race of emergence back then for the then Team Bike Exchange rider. She went clear on her own, and she was heading towards the final climb of the day, the Côte de la Roche-au-Faucon. There was a 1.3 kilometre climb, average gradient of 10.1. As Grace Brown had built an advantage of 20 seconds, 35 seconds to Group 3 on the road. Could the reigning Australian time trial champion go all the way to the finish? That trademark style, though, of Annemiek van Vleuten on the group behind. Initially at the bottom of the climb, Ashley Moolman-Pasio, Marta Cavalli, Demi Vollering, Elisa Longa-Borghini managing to stay with her. Van Vleuten, though, finally cracked the group. She caught and passed Grace Brown as they headed towards the top of the climb. Always impressive to see Annemiek van Vleuten, not just one potential race-winning move, but 2 in a race. That long, drawn-out, sustained power that has always been now the trademark of Annemiek van Vleuten. She was searching for her second Liège-Bastogne-Liège victory. Those wins, though, in the women's pro peloton, harder and harder to come by. The chasing group, 2 riders from Team SD Works, 2 for FDJ Nouvelle Aquitaine Futuroscope, and just 1 representative from Trek Segafredo. It would really take the combined firepower of that group to bring back Van Vleuten. The gap held fast at 14 to 18 seconds, but as they headed in towards the finish and a headwind up towards Liège, the gap was growing. Van Vleuten was holding them. The twice world time trial champion is always impressive when she gets into this sort of mode. The gap, though, as they headed towards the Flamme Rouge was now over 30 seconds, and Van Vleuten would be able to enjoy the moment for Team Movistar. Ash Moolman-Pasio launched a move from the group behind. Brown and Cavalli would bring it back under control, and it would be a sprint from this group for the podium places. Van Vleuten, though, one last glance back over the shoulder. She knew she had it in the bag, and her 89th victory as a pro. The Movistar rider adds 2022 to that 2019 victory. Marta Cavalli, the winner of Amstel Gold and the Flèche Wallonne, was leading out the group sprint behind. Moolman Passio took it up with her teammate Demi Vollering. Grace Brown, though, was locked and loaded for FDJ. She came over the top of the two SD Works riders to take a well-deserved second place for the second time in her career, edging out Demi Vollering, who took third. Impressive ride yet again for Annemiek van Vleuten. There has only been one non-Dutch winner of this race, and that was Lizzie Dyden back in 2020. So Annemiek van Vleuten takes it from Grace Brown and Demi Vollering, with Moolman Passio, Longo Borghini and Cavalli. Sierra leading in the group sprint behind, ahead of Liana Lippert, Cassia Nuvia-Doma and Amanda Spratt. The World Tour now moves on to the Itzulia Basque Country from the 13th to the 15th of May, but a well-deserved rest after a strong classic season.